Anyway, it's another one. Anyway, so we're going to go this way. We're going to loop it around this building around here. We're going to walk around, but we're in the city, as I say, we're going to loop round. The sun's coming out. It's been a pretty cold morning. I say it is cold, but I've got my jacket on. How are you doing, guys? We'll turn around here. We're going to turn around here. We're going to go down there straight, and we're going to turn around. Come on, here they come. So in this one, we're talking about confidence, as I say, right? Confidence. This is today's topic, right? Confidence. When you show confidence, you show you have no confidence. That's what you show. Anything you show, you hide something else. Yes. Anything you show. I've just seen some people there doing it. Everywhere you go, what do you see often in the world? What do you see around you? You always will see people around you trying to put some kind of a show on. They're showing something. They want to fit in. They want to compete and compare themselves to the rest of society. You know what I mean? Right? They want to compete all the time with society around them. They want to get their position, be noticed, be respected, be accepted. Meaning they constantly living on their knees. Yeah? Constantly existing, I should say, because that's not truly living, on their knees. The amount of insecurity in the self, anxiety, just within their own minds, before they even get into any, unnecessary battles with people, having to defend themselves or whatever it is they've got upon them. Before any of that, just their mind already, within their own head, even when they're at home, a lot of these people, their minds are just not there. They get so stressed out. When they're alone, they get bored. They even get bored. And they don't know what to do. And when you see them, they say things like they've got no life and stuff. So I've got no life, man. You've got no life here. You've got no life, they say, right? And then you look and you see on their social media or whatever, they might not be doing big things, but they're going places. You'll see them posting all kinds of photos and little clips of silly things. They're travelling around the world or with a funny hat on or whatever, jumping off of a fucking thing into a lake or whatever it is, climbing up mountains. And I'm thinking, this person seems to have, they're telling me they've got no life. They've got a lot of money to be doing all this stuff. They've got a lot of time. They've got all these experiences. They're travelling all around the place. So that just goes to show you, their mind's everywhere. It takes them all over the place. Whether they've got money, time, support, whatever it is or not, but they're going all over the place and they're still lost. They're still saying and feeling they've got nothing in their lives. That's what they feel. This is a problem. You have to ask yourself if this is you or not. Stop thinking about what people are saying and what they're thinking. I'm talking to you now. I don't give a shit. I don't care what anyone thinks in their habit. It's not my head. Good luck with that melon. I'm saying, my head's my head. So I'm me. I don't control I control my speech and how I behave around people. Because I'm not interested in getting into back and forth with people. I don't waste myself, my mind power, the communication power to fall to their level, even by trying to be my true self in front of them and there's no back and forth with me. I'm not trying to wrestle with their state of anxiety. If you grab onto something like, if you hold on to a sinking ship, you go down with it, you know what I mean? If you grab onto something that's vibrating and shaking, anyone, yeah? It's going to make your arm shake, it's going to make you shake. Yeah? You jump into a whirlpool, it's going to take you down, all that stuff. And so hold on. You know what I'm saying? You walk into the typhoon, the twister, it's going to fly you up, take you up. So if you're talking to someone who in their mind, they don't even know what they're talking about, and their mind's all over the place, it's like ego, and just confusion. a story with so many holes, you don't know where's the beginning, middle, end, there's nothing. And it's a constant fight with you. It's a constant fight with themselves, in their mind, they're fighting themselves. And what are you doing? You're just following that. You're just wasting your time. It's better to be honest with yourself. Honest. Truly honest with yourself is what you want to do. Just understand it. Because it's not a joke, man. We're going to come to this thing about confidence. Let's continue about confidence, right? So confidence, as I say, confidence is an illusion, first and foremost. Confidence, it can be the same as fear. It's a thought in the head. Whenever you are confident, if you're confident in your mind, it means you're not confident about something. You're fighting something. You know if you know, like, you're confident, you're subconsciously or you're consciously trying to battle with something, to put your strength forward, because you feel stress, you feel some kind of pain, suffering, some kind of difficulty, and you say to yourself, you can feel this fight, so you're trying to be confident. That means you're not confident. It means you're not confident underneath it. So it's the same. Confidence and fear are the same thing. If you was really confident, like I said before, you'd be totally calm. But you've got these people who pity themselves, pity everything, you fight everything because you don't accept yourself as a self-being. You don't even accept and respect and value or know. You don't even know that you are an individual living being. You don't even realise you're alive as this living being you are. You don't even accept this idea that there can be such a thing. Now you can say, well, we can work this fake society and build it up, as a team, sort of like, cooperation, and still be real underneath it all. Yeah, exactly. But the problem is it spills across. It spills across into all that dishonesty that you have inside of you, the dishonesty, the bad things, the poisonous thoughts. Those things are making people behave wrong, so they're shaping society wrong. And they're fighting each other. In the workplace, they're fighting each other everywhere. It's always a fight, because that's what they do. That's why they always want to win, because they're a loser right now. You want to win, and you think, I'm not a winner now, I need to win. Good luck, man. You want to win? It means you're not winning now. Yeah. That's the problem, see? You want to, you're telling yourself you need to be confident. Yeah, if you're talking about confidence, it means you're not confident. Oh, well. That's the problem. If you're talking about confidence, it means you're not confident. If you're too confident, now what is it? It should be total calmness. I don't want to be overly anything or under anything more than myself or less than myself. Just peace of true self is what you want. There is no competition. There is no competition. Do you understand this, what I'm saying? There is no competition. I say again, there is no competition from any angle, any way. However you look at this, like you say, in the world there's a competition. Why is there competition? Doesn't need competition. You don't need competition. So everyone's competitive. Everybody's got different knowledge, different abilities. A lot of those things are fake. And the ones that are there, you don't accept. You don't accept others. You judge others. And you want to talk about how someone is a certain way. Yeah. You're talking about that, it's nothing. You're talking about confidence, it means you have no confidence. You talk about winning, it means you're not a winner. Yeah? You're talking about other people. Well, it's got nothing to do with you, is it? It literally is not you. So what? I can talk about the moon. I can talk about the moon right now. I can talk about what food is in what restaurant, and I'm not there right now eating it. It's not going through my body. What is the use? Complaining, gossiping about people, about the world, whether it's behind their back or complaining to their face, judging them, criticising them, telling them, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that, because you're not confident in yourself. Because you are confident in yourself. meaning you don't have confidence. If you're confident if you're confident that you're always right and you have ego, you have a habit of basically ending the story. You are the origin of nothing. You are not the origin of substance. There's no substance there at all. There is nothing. You have come to the end. You begin from the end. The end of all essence of living. So you're the essence of death. You carry the end always with you, which is the essence of death. So there must be an end for there to be a beginning of life. Not the end of life to create the beginning of death. No way. Only something can begin and end. As like a cycle of life, a natural life. But death itself, if you die, you might not come back, So let's go over here. This is a nice little place. Keep my bearings on. So we're going down here. Some nice little areas where you can sit down here. I don't think it's the best place to do exercise because it's a bit slanted slope here. I just like looking at something. Oh, we can see some. Looking on there, you can see actually on those some of those letters. You're actually a certain way. If you look over here, this one, I can't see all of them, but you can see certain ones, right? Like this one here, for example, this one here. So only someone like me would see that. Basically, it's a Taiji position. It's a sad thing because everything is Taiji, really. Now, everything is truth, nature. Everything is truth. And that's what it really is. The best way is the essence of Taiji. So maybe you don't understand, maybe you don't practice martial arts, but that's what it's about, okay? It's about nature, the way, the essence of the Tao, as Lao says, the Tao Te Ching. Talking about the way of nature, talking about yin and yang, the balance, the harmony. That's what it's all about. So, being one with the self, to be one with the self, you have to be one with nature. You cannot be separate from it. Honest truth, peace, no distraction and wasting of energy. You don't throw away your life force or try to, deal with things outside of your life, basically. You don't do that. Okay? This is a jogging track, apparently. And it's the same the other way too. So, it's all the same, both ways, the Tao, okay? Taiji. So maybe you don't do martial arts, but the essence of it, because I'm a lifelong practitioner of martial arts in general, traditional martial arts. So, I'm just saying, there are so many lessons in there for your life, Now, I don't want to go this way. I want to go back that way. I'm going to go back that way. Before we came this way, I remember, and I'm pretty sure we came down this way. We had a nice long walk, but I want to find another location. So let's go down there. I don't want to get confused because last time I went on a long walk, wild goose chase. You see one of my videos I made. I can't even remember. I think that video's up. It is up. I'm pretty sure it's up. It's a long one. Put some effects on it. Basically, so I'm going to walk back, okay? I'm not going to go down there, I'm going to walk back this way. But the Tao, what is the Tao? I said, Tao. What is the Tao, okay? This is talking about truth, this ultimate truth, okay? True nature. If you have fear in you, it's a thought, is it not? You say your body might be shaking. Some people get sweaty palms. Some people start to panic. Some women scream. Some men ramble on as well. Whatever your expression. Some people start to get overly exaggerated in their behaviours in what they're doing. And some people get sweaty palms. I don't get that. I don't get that. But right, the truth is, what is it? What is fear? What is fear? It's the same as confidence. It's a thought in your mind. You need to understand what you are afraid of and why. Yeah? There's also a difference between predicting things. Like, I'm afraid of going down this road because, oh, maybe there's a big dog or there's a big tiger down this road. That's a prediction. Whether it's based on past experience, okay, or whether it's just based on my guessing or what I've heard or some reason, just come to my head from some reason, a dream, who knows. I'm walking down here and I believe that down here there's going to be something, you know, some kind of trouble, some kind of danger waiting for me or something, yeah, down this road. That can stop me, right? It's a judgment. It's a judgment based on what I think I'm seeing. See, in my head, my perception. And I believe that down this road, there'll be a problem. There'll be something that's going to harm me. Yeah? That'll be, to me, it's in my own head, right? Now, that's different. That's very different. What you're judging, you're picturing in your mind, you know? But to really be fearful, to have fear inside you, fear. Remember, everybody's got some kind of fear, but it's better to have like, to call it, what's the word? Concern? You know, concern, alertness, awareness, you know, studying of things, knowledge, or let's say, mental and physical awareness, connection with the Tao. We're really talking about everything that is true, not things that don't exist. The moving and the non-moving, right? So, here's the thing. Okay, so fear, what is fear in the self? Fear in the self, okay, ultimately fear in the self. Inside the self is where all the feelings are inside of you. It's not anywhere else, okay? Fear inside the self. You need to understand what it is. You know, what is this idea about fear or confidence in the self? What is that? You're going to open a door. Not what's behind the door, just opening the door, right? Opening the action of opening a door. This movement, right? With your hand on the door, open the handle. It doesn't matter if you're afraid or confident or what. The action, the way to open this door is the way it is. You put your hand on the handle, turn it, and push the door open. That's how it's done. Or to unlock or lock the door, right? Or to drive the car. These machines we've made, you know, right? The same as breathing. You don't have confidence or fear about breathing unless you've got some, you know, lung problems or something, right? You just naturally breathe without thinking anything. The body knows how to live. The mind should be one with the body. Peace, the way your blood naturally goes around your veins, the way your body literally tells you if it's tired, hot, cold, hungry, comfortable, whatever, you know, your body knows how it feels, and it tells your mind. It tells you through senses, right? Excuse me. So the mind should not be floating all over the place away, out of your head, like it's disconnected from your body, like you're a dead person. You're alive. Not like your spirit's flying out your body, right? Or lost. Why should you be lost out there in the world? If you're lost inside, you'll be lost outside. Right? So here's the thing. There's a lot of houses up there on the back there, in the mountains. Having a little bit more of a walk. We're going to walk a little bit further down, okay? But let's look at that, okay, again. So, okay, I think I know where we're going now. I'm pretty sure I know where we're going now. A better picture all around where we're going. Yeah, anyway. So in your mind, if you have fear, right, inside yourself, if you have fear inside your mind, inside yourself, a lack of confidence, right, and even more so a negative feeling of stressful fear inside of yourself, right, and you don't know what it is, you don't know where it's coming from, you need to ask that question and look at it again, think about it. We got some people here, some statues here, look, some more statues again. I filmed some more the other night. Got a bunch of musicians, right, a bunch of dancers, whether break dancers and music there. Statues, they are sculptures or statues. Have a look at them. Story of some people's life. Some guy watching me there. So we'll pass, but anyway, back to what I'm saying. Men and women of the world, I'm trying to share an honest message here with you guys always, okay? In my videos, I'm not trying to teach everybody, I'm not trying to bamboozle everybody, right? The point I'm trying to say to you is, okay, in this one, that fear and confidence in this particular topic, right? Explaining with the truth of nature, the way of nature, as I said, through the way of nature, which is the Tao, as I say, the Yin and Yang. The Tao tells you in the Tao Te Ching very clearly. And all that ties you out to the truth, the Tao. Yeah. That's nature is the truth, right? It's the only truth. Outside of truth, there's nothing. It's literally nothing, right? Truth is power. Now, so I'm talking about fear and confidence in this video, which are the same thing. It's a distractive thought in the mind. It's not a real thing. But your fear or your confidence can affect you. Of course, your thoughts can affect how you do things. You're confident, so you do something well, or maybe you give yourself a problem because you're, whatever that means, too confident. Maybe you're not confident, so you're shaking, nervous, and you do a bad job. You might do you may be humble and relaxed. You don't have this confidence in you. But because you're so careful, maybe you do a good job. So, it can sometimes cause bad or good, but the distracted mind is one that is not calm. That's the ultimate thing. You're not calm. If you're not calm, there'll be problems. Now, what does it mean? What is it all about? What is fear? What is inner fear? Inside the self, the fear. What does it mean to have fear inside the self? What is the reason? What can be the causes? If it comes from outside, you've got a problem. Even though we live in an unnatural world, even though we live in an unnatural world, or a society man-made, people made it, right? You have to still understand, on the planet Earth, right, in nature, in the damn universe, right? So when you're walking along, or wherever you are, sitting down, understand to connect to the way of nature, the way of the truth. Study nature to understand yourself. Study yourself, and the nature's lesson will be there, right? Nature is inside yourself. There's none of your life that is outside of you, and there's no failure in you. Why? Because there's no competition to you. It doesn't matter what level they have, or knowledge or whatever. You are just life of you. This is a life of you, a story of your life, any age, whatever level of development you've had physically, mentally, whatever you've learned, whatever mistakes you made, doesn't make a difference. What that means, what's that mean, mistakes? Compared to who? Who wrote the book where this is a mistake, or this is a 5 points? You know what I mean? So basically, the way of nature will show you. Studying nature, that is what the Tao means. This is what Lao Tzu talks about. I'm going very deep in these videos. I'm trying to cover it from different angles, trying to show you different takes and stuff. I know I'm not shutting up, but I'm trying to show you some of the scenery as we're walking along here. You don't have to listen. All you need to do is feel one of your heartbeats and breathe the air. If you stretch in the morning when you wake up, or when you lay down and go to sleep, just be grateful for life. When you've eaten and you know you've had a meal today, when you can eat, you know, that when you came into this life through your mother and father, you know, and think of the statue of Lao Tzu when he's pointing up to the sky, the heavens, and then pointing down to the earth, one finger pointing up, one finger pointing down, and the road ahead and the road behind, big, small, hot, cold. But understanding there's always more or less. So there's always more or less. That can be good or bad, and things are always changing. And your perceptions therefore also change, and your learning and your experiences may develop, but everything's always different, so you can't always use knowledge from the memories, be those confident or fearful, or tainted, whatever either. You can't always use them for the new situations. It's not going to be perfect, nothing will be, and therefore it's a perfect chance for you to have infinite potential if you're ready for the one thing that matters more than any gold coins, your life. Respect and value, calm, peace, inside the self, acceptance, because how can you not accept yourself? If you don't accept yourself, it means you're angry with yourself, disappointed in yourself, you've got bad feelings in yourself, something's wrong. Why is it wrong? What are you comparing to? If you're comparing to another version of the self, you are the only one that can do a better job. As in, stop harming yourself. Stop harming yourself. Stop bringing yourself down. Stop trying to hurt yourself, bring yourself down. You become a weaker person, a more angry person. That is a more dangerous person to yourself and everybody else around you. You're going to stand more chance of digging holes in this physical world outside of you that you're going to find yourself stuck in, that you can't get out of. I'm not talking about the confusion of society. I'm not talking about the, although that kind of trap either, things to do with work or whatever else there is in the system, rules and stuff, that's all made up. That's not even real, It's not real at all. I'm talking about in terms of the nature. You have to see the underlying principles of nature. It's not even based on principles, it's a fundamental truth of nature, the way of absolute peace, harmony, how things balance, how things led. The calm, still the water always is calm and still always runs flat, right, and still and calm. You know what I'm trying to say? The water, yeah? So this is what I'm saying. And it's still the substance of water. So no matter, like even when Bruce Lee said about water, become the bottle, become the teapot. When Bruce Lee was saying become water, like the essence of life, where water can actually flow around obstacles, it can flow or crash, erode big rocks, break down things over time. It yields and overcomes in the way of Taiji, as I say, the way of the essence of the Tao. Like air also, it brings life, like the same way light brings truth to show everything. The light shows the dark and the dark shows the light. When I see my shadow and I'm in the light, and a clean reflection. You can clean your mirror if you want to look in it, clean your window if you want to look through it, and when you look into the mirror, you've got to turn the light on. Okay? Wash your hands before you eat. It all makes sense, right? So to know the road ahead, ask those coming back. It might be just you. If you want to know your future, ask the past. Ask the past version of you where he's coming back from. See it as though it's the future. But the problem is, you could say it, and you could say vice versa too. But the thing is, it doesn't matter what way you look at it. It is what it is. A closed mind is just a block of wood, right? The water, so going back to the water, that can become any shape and flow into the shape and feel the shapes of things, okay? In the same essence of various martial arts, where, they say, Bagua goes around the room, Bagua Zhang goes around the room, Xingyi Quan goes through the room, and Taiji Quan fills the room, right? But, the essence of the true core of the Tao, as I say, is emptiness, empty. So you empty your big box, your big bags, so you can carry more things, right? Humble yourself, empty your cup, empty your mind, so you can learn more things, you know what I mean? But when you want to know how deep the water is, you don't jump in with 2 feet, to test it, right? All that, right? Teach a man to fish, he's fed for a day, is another one, but give a man a fish, sorry, he's fed for a day, teach a man to fish, he's fed for a lifetime, same thing, right? It's all these different proverbs and different stories and things you can learn from, Doesn't matter where their origins, some of these things, where their origins are from, whether it's Chinese, Japanese, or whatever. But the point I'm trying to say is, the truth is the truth. The truth is the truth. When you get more of a sense and awareness inwardly, you become more in tune with what's going on around you. That's what Taiji is about. So that's what the Tao is, as Lao Tzu said in the Tao Te Ching. Right? So, right? So, you become more attuned to what's going on around you, where there's movement or a lack of, a sense of pressure, a sense of energy, bad energy, you know how to avoid it, and yourself too. You know that what you are doing is what you're doing. Okay. You are aware of things, and you're aware of what's happening around you that's not you doing it, It's like when you exercise. I'm going on this walk here now too. It's even more exercise on top of my martial arts stretching. I'm walking down this road, and this is giving me some good exercise, but at first it's difficult, right? But the more regularly you do it and you balance your energy, your exercise and your rest, both of these things, doing it and then having a lack of it, having a rest also. See? That's what I'm saying. Train, you see? And train you and develop your strength so that you carry this thing through. It's going to carry you through. But if it's good for you, it will carry you on to, more potential of yourself. When I say carry you to a better life, I don't mean externally. But if it carries you outside of yourself, you're basically carrying yourself to a coffin. It's like it's carrying you to the death, basically. It's the wrong thing. Okay. Nothing much to see down here. Now nature, okay? Nature is the way. So water, as I say, is like a pure substance, right? It never changes. It still is water. This water is water. No matter, right? No matter what it goes into, a cup or a teapot, it's still water. You never lose yourself. You don't just become this and become that. Another thing that Bruce Lee was talking about before, when Bruce Lee actually mentioned, he was saying people just go into things and become them. They wear that uniform, for example, or it could be a martial art. They just follow a particular style. You know, you follow the rules of what's going on in society. You become the same as everybody else, and start talking about that's your culture, and you fight for it and everything, for the flag, recklessly and foolishly, for the gang or whatever it might be you're in. You know, all wearing the same uniform. It could be prison attire. Ultimately, it doesn't matter if you're soldiers' outfits, whether it's prison attire, some kind of fancy dress, whatever. It's all the same damn thing. Everybody in that company wears the same damn outfit, you know what I mean? It's a bloody shame. It's a bloody shame to see. It really is a pity. We go back this way now, okay? So the truth is, what the hell are you doing? That's the question. The question from which answers may arise. Or come down to what, you know? You know what I'm saying? The answers cover any potential freedom for the question to potentially fulfill, you know, what can I say, in getting more enlightenment, to get more, what's the word, realise its potential. You know, the question becomes limited by the answers. The same way as the answer might become limited. The question, again, see, everything is now allows us. Everything is that basic truth. So that's what we're talking about. Nature is the way, real nature, real truth. Now, if you have fear inside yourself, sorry, we're getting a bit sidetracked. Yeah, that's not really, but it's all connected. But fear in the self. You have fear inside yourself. You need to understand why. Where's it coming from? Where's it coming from? You have fear in yourself, okay? What is the fear? What is the scare? Are you scared of yourself? Are you afraid of the world? Are you afraid that you can't meet up to some expectations in the world from people around you? Why do you judge others? That comes back to that again also. You know, why do you see fear? Why do you always acknowledge somehow? It's like you don't fear fear, you know? You don't fear fear, you actually welcome fear. And you become like the person who promotes fear, trying to tell people about how they should be confident, trying to tell people about how they're not confident, trying to talk about, you know, whether it's to yourself or others, you're ultimately talking to yourself anyway. Next one to no one. Someone who's talking about fear and confidence is someone who does not have peace in themselves. See? If you're talking about confidence, it means you don't have confidence. And if you do have confidence, it means you're confused. You need peace in yourself. Because all these thoughts is just fighting. And someone who's always fighting never wins. That's why we say Tai Chi is the best way. You're always fighting and never win. Right? You are fighting with the problems in your life. You are trying to fix things. That's why you judge. Someone who talks about the fear in others is someone who has fear inside themselves. Constantly, you see. Okay. And you can say you've got fear inside yourself, right? You've got fear inside yourself, yeah? You need to understand where the fear is coming from. Where is the fear coming from? What shape, what form does it take? It's like a ghost or some shadow. You have to look at the shadow. Cast some light so you can see the shape of the shadow. Really? Look at that shadow. Look at this ghost, whatever it is, and face it and say, look, I don't like fear if you don't like it. What the fuck is it? Because it's controlling me. This is not the true me. But most people, they give into it. And they talk to others like they want to, control them and tell them to be more confident. But they don't have any control over themselves and their mind and body. So what you're going to do, what you have to do really, is just, as I say, just study that and accept you're either alive or dead. You cannot be talking about like self-respect in some areas, and in other areas you're going to be kicking yourself down. You may speak the way people speak just to get by in a job situation or something like that, to try and they're all playing fake, and you've got to try and do things because they're going to fire you or whatever. I understand that in a situation, a job, right? It's not a real thing anyway, but you're trying to do that, right? Yeah, I get that, I understand that, yeah. And I have to do it a lot myself. I have to play along with that. I've got to do more of that this afternoon. Okay. Okay. But ultimately, like in your own mind, in yourself, you can't be losing your mind. Let people behave how they want and fall how they will. Right. I have a problem where I always am trying to choose the right way to express some kind of good. I'm always trying to share. I wouldn't say trying to teach and control people, but I'm trying to clean up the dirt I see around me. I don't feel good when I see people living in a dirty way, a dangerous way, to themselves and everybody, and continuing to make mistakes. Just people suffer because of this. But I have to sometimes take care. I have to sometimes quieten down. I have to take a step back and just do nothing, see? I have to do it. Just let the fire burn itself out. Eventually it will burn, it will burn up all of the whatever's around it. But if I saw the person was going to do more harm, I have to try and stop them. But it's like, I'm just saying like, I'm saying like, when it comes to what really matters or not in a situation, just look at it like, nah. Just look at it like, nah, okay. It's not a big deal. Just carry on, get on with my life, you know what I mean? They got a bad attitude towards me, let it be, or towards other people. Ultimately, they're fearing themselves, confusion. But that's why I'm doing this video, because I don't want to talk people to their face. I don't care. I won't waste my time like that. I'm having a walk and I'm talking to you at the same time and getting the message out to more people that you may have better positions in some way, that you may be able to share some of this message. Or you may be in the right mindset where you'll be sitting and you'll be able to somehow get some of what I'm saying by sitting there by a computer watching it. Maybe you're on a train right now, on your phone listening, I don't know, headphones, maybe you're watching this right now and you're able to hear more. Because when people come together, they're always talking over each other. I'm not saying you do that, but a lot of people do that, right? Now, the fear inside yourself, you need to understand what it is. You need to recognize you have it. Stand up to that. If you don't like fear, if you've got like anger, or like a lack of you're on you've got low expectations. High expectations of yourself. You're not satisfied where you are in yourself right now. You're not comfortable. You're down. You're fed up, right? Then that means that you do want peace. You want to get rid of the bad stuff. But you need to accept it. The only reason you're fighting and showing your power, speaking loud and bold and speaking over people and trying to step forward always, is because you feel you're behind. You feel the voices are over you. You feel everything's above you and everything's better than you. It's a bigger world. You're trying to put yourself everywhere and fight every battle you can. It's an ongoing thing. You'll never end with that. And you'll never be free. But you can be free the moment you just let it go. Let it go like a heavy boulder. You're holding a heavy boulder. Just drop it. Not on your own head or anyone's head, Just put it down. If you're tired, let go of the thing that's making you tired. Yeah? You should not be fighting with yourself. You're always fighting, so you never win. That's why Taiji is the best way. You're always fighting everything. That's why you're tired. Don't fight. Relax. You're not a failure. That's all we mean, right? So when you talk about fear, see, you need to recognize the fear, what your thoughts are in your mind. Understand the thoughts in your mind. What is the shape of this? Don't say, oh, I'm afraid, or I'm whatever, nothing, good, bad, this is that. That's outside. So that's like you get the Tao, you get, and you go, oh, is this American or Chinese or Japanese? No, Tao is Tao. That's what I was telling you. The truth is the truth. Just peace. So when you're confident, it's the same as if you're afraid. It's the same thing. It's just your idea, your mind talking too much. Too many words. That's what they said. The Tao does, is to say, it does nothing and it leaves nothing unfinished. That's what it says in the Tao Te Ching. It says very clearly. I'm telling you in English, okay, but I'm just saying, it's the same thing, right? So what's it again, like I said, so sometimes more is less and less is more. Lao Tzu said again, a long time ago, but it's the truth. He said, there's too many colours blind the eye, too many sounds deafen the ear, too many flavours, right, dull the taste. You're always doing too much. Too many steps forward, too many steps backward. It's not me telling you. The more I speak, and the more you listen. The listening is not following, okay? It doesn't have, but the more you listen, the less you're gonna know. The best thing I can do is just shut up. But the thing is, we need to know. There you are. You are the banana tree. You're gonna have beautiful bananas, right? You're not gonna have apples. That's it. The truth is the truth. I'm 42 years old. It's half of 84. Maybe, I hope I live to 120. That's why I exercise and try to sleep well. Like I said before, when you sleep, you should sleep well. When you're awake, you exercise. When you're breathing, when you're eating, you live well, right, in yourself. Accept yourself. There's no fight. There's nothing else like that. Huh? There's no failure in yourself. Accept absolutely that you are what you are who you are. And it's not a position, it's not some kind of role you play. Alright. If the words in your mind and the picture and what you see in the memories are not you, basically, then it's not you, is it? There's no failure in you. No failure in life. There is no failure because there's no competition. That's why. There's only one you. Any age. You can be 20 or 80. Accept yourself. Because if you do not accept yourself, what else can you do? There's nothing else you can do. Accepting without accepting is just here. If you do not accept yourself, it means you fight with yourself in your mind. You say, I'm angry about this, I'm angry, I don't like it. And it means now there's something wrong. It means you want to accept yourself. You feel there's some problem here. There's a problem. See what I'm saying? Where for this guy to go? That's the driver there. So, most important thing like this, if you don't accept yourself, again, we repeat again, right? Because the Tao, as I say, yin and yang don't stop. So what I'm saying, right, is the point is, right, if you don't accept yourself, it means you're not happy with yourself, you're not at peace, you're fighting with yourself, right? There's no, you're not at the place of peace yet. Peace comes with acceptance. But if you try to make up false things like, okay, I'm great now, I'm the best, I'm the king. Even the king sitting there with his golden crown on. There must be times where he knows it's all bullshit. You know what I mean? He's just a human being. He's not great, he can't fly. He's not God. There are things he doesn't know. And he feels when he's hot or cold. That's a normal human body instinct, right? Okay. So this is the point. Truth is the way. No matter where you study it, no matter what you see, in anything you see, and anywhere you see it, anyone you see, anywhere, anytime, look for truth. There's man-made structures, trees, the way they grow with the flowers on, where they were planted too. A book just written, the style. How was it written like that? Why was it written like that? What was the reason for it? What was the point? You're doing people walking around with style. It's okay to be artistic. You might like certain artistic styles. I do art myself. an animation. But if you're carrying a persona, some kind of display, some show, what is it for? Trying to get attention or trying to get rid of it? Do you know what I'm saying? Something always changes. Nothing will be the same. Something always the same. Nothing will ever change. Again, this is the Tao. So it's like, be yourself or outside. It will always be you in different worlds. Yeah? And every place will always be the same. If you keep changing, maybe? I don't know. I'm trying to be smart with that one, Claire. I don't know. Let's get what I'm saying. You know, take it easy, man. And a woman, you've got nothing to compare with. You're walking around, people walking around saying that they've got some edge about them. They want to have some flashy style, the way they dress, or some funky haircut. They want to be noticed, something different. You've got a message to speak. Self-free, honest self-expression. But is it truly honest? What are you expressing yourself for? What's the reason? You speak or you act upon things because you're trying to change something. If you want to change the world, leave your mark on it. Why? You seeking for a goal. Seeking for a goal of some kind of a purpose in life. What's that? And you're trying to find your life? That's crazy. It's inside your body. You know what I mean? The life is inside your body. It's not outside your body. It's not past or future. The life is inside your heart beating now. We're going to go down here and get the train. So that's some good exercise, a good talk, yeah. I've had a good talk. If you've been sleeping there, I understand you. Sorry about the focus there, so the focus there, so the exposure. Nature's the way, honest truth and nature. That's all you've got, honest truth and nature. It's the only way, peace. And then you'll hear all, clarity, and you'll see all.